and welcome to the Math League YouTube channel. The following video was recorded by one of our staff members live at one of our contests.
Here we go. Here's target 5. Yoon challenges Meg to a game. This game is being played on an 8x8 checkerboard, like all checkerboards do. We'll just draw one real quick. Okay, and the players take turns moving the square, this bottom left square here, either one square up or one square to the right. The player who moves the game piece to one of the other corners first wins. So we have this. If the piece arrives at one of these corners here, then the player who moved it there wins the game. Suppose both players select their moves randomly, with each legal move having equal probability. If Meg graciously allows Yoon to go first, what is the probability that Meg wins? Okay, so there are a ton of possibilities that we can take with these paths here, and just trying to investigate all possible paths will not work here. So let's try to think about where the token can be on each player's move. So it says Meg lets Yoon go first. So let's go ahead and see where Yoon can move the piece on her turn. She can move it to either of these squares here. So I'll just mark them with a Y. Okay, on Meg's turn, she can move the piece up or to the right, so it may cover these squares. And you can see by this point that Yoon can move the token to these squares alternatingly like this, just like a checkerboard. And for Meg, she can possibly move the token onto these squares here, including this square here, as we color in the entire board. Okay, so what does Meg or Yoon have to do to win the game? Well, the game only ends when the token arrives at one of these corner squares here. So for Yoon to win the game, she must move the token onto this square or this square. And for Meg to win the game, she must move her the piece onto this square here. But wait, if the token isn't moved on either of these corner squares, then it must arrive at this square on the top right here, which means that Meg would win all games if the square doesn't arrive at either of these two corner squares. And the probability that the token arrives at these corner squares is really easy to find, because this is just going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 upward moves with a probability of 1/2⁷. And for this square here to the right, it requires 7 rightward moves in a row, which is 1/2⁷ again. So the probability that Yoon wins the game is just equal to these added up. So 1/2⁷ plus 1/2⁷, which is 1/64. And the probability that Meg wins the game is all other cases. So that's going to be 1 minus 1/64 equals 63/64. So now we know why Meg really, really nicely proposed that Yoon goes first in this game.
Hi everybody, this is Tim. Hope you're enjoying our videos. If so, you know what to do: like, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that sort of thing. But what I'd really want to invite you to do is to send us an email at media@mathleague.org. Tell us which problems you'd like to see us cover next in our video series. Take care and see you in the next video.